Today I'm going to only use coriander, and I have put a little bit of thyme, and also we're going to use Kikkoman soy sauce. For thyme, I'm going to repeat again for anyone who did not watch my previous video. You have to be careful as to the quantity that you add, because if you put too much, the food is going to be bitter. So we are now going to add our beans. We have already sieved them. We had put them in water so that they can melt. We forgot to remove them from the freezer in good time. And we mix evenly. We are not going to cook the beans for long. These are butter beans, because if we cook for long, they are going to be mashed. As you can see, they are already very well overcooked. Let me say overcooked. I don't know. I think it's because we had to heat them again. Yeah, so we leave them for a few minutes to cook. For starch, we're going to have spaghetti. This is our spaghetti jar. So the next thing we are making is cabbage. So we use this to slice the cabbage. If you don't have this gadget, you are punishing yourself. Look at how efficient it is. Just look at it. In 2 minutes you have your cabbage ready. And dinner is ready and served. oven safe without lid. So when you're warming food from this container, you do it without the lid. It says microwave and oven safe without lid. Yeah, without. Yeah, so there we have the lunch for tomorrow. The remaining food we pack in different containers because you never know, you might just have some stew and you want to eat with the starch that is in the house, or you might have some starch and you want to eat with the protein that is in the house. If you watched our previous fridge video, you've seen how much food we had to throw away. This container is smaller, to throw away. So we are now more keen as to ensuring that before we cook, there is no leftover. Instead of having a leftover day, we are now finishing what is cooked before we do another cooking. So as you can see, we made quite some spaghetti because we have already had dinner and there's still this much, and I've already packed for my lunch. So we have to finish this one tomorrow. Yeah. So the next thing, we have cabbages. Again, we prefer to put them separately so that you can eat them with a different variety of food. Maybe I love chapatis with cabbages, so maybe that would be the next meal. So clearly, I actually don't like chapatis with any of the proteins. I prefer them with just cabbages. I don't know why. Comment down below if you also have some strange combination, but I don't feel like it's strange because I love cabbages. Not so much, but at least I don't mind them. So we have our leftovers over here. So we have the spaghetti. We just cover it to put in the fridge. We have our beans. Someone suggested that they put the leftovers in the freezer. To be very honest, I can't be able to do that because if you put the spaghetti in the freezer, they become a bit soggy when you're warming them. So I'm not sure I'll be comfortable. But if it works for them, why not? Maybe you can try it. You never know. Yeah, so then we have our cabbages. The next thing is, I want to show you this small container over here. It comes as a set of 4 and it's silicone. It's collapsible. By collapsible, I mean you can make it small and you just cover and carry. So if you're carrying something somewhere you don't have much space, you can use this, and then you just collapse it when you're finished eating. So we're going to use this for our breakfast. Then you just press it in to open. So I'll be carrying 2 pieces of this Scotch eggs that we made. Yeah, I've actually decided to make them 3. To make them 3 slices. So there you are. So after I'm finished eating, I collapse it. The remainder of the eggs, I'm just going to put them in this container, and we are good to go. Comment down below with how you store your food, leftover food. Do you put them in the fridge with the sufurias, or how do you do it? And if you have not watched our previous video, the reason we use, this one I use on exceptional basis if I want to store in the fridge, but I mostly use it for carrying if I want to move around, maybe to work or something. But where I put my leftover and anything I put in the freezer. If you didn't notice, everything that is in my freezer from the previous video is on a clear container. This is to make it easy for you to identify what you want when you're picking. For instance, you can see I can tell these are cabbages. I don't have to open or to move. You see, like this one, I have to look at the top to be able to tell, which is also not so bad, because at least there is still a possibility of seeing what is in the container, so it's not so bad. But I always like them this way, such that I can see everything on the side. Can you imagine if I had these jars? Okay, this one has ice cream, but we can always recycle, because if you don't have the clear jars, you can always recycle this. But imagine if all this was in such jars. Maybe I prefer a certain brand, a certain flavor. Mostly I do caramel, so you can imagine all of them will be caramel. But maybe if you have different containers, you can decide to use the flavor to determine what you put. I can say I only bought pina colada once, so I can use pina colada maybe for beans. I can use pina colada for something else. I think something like that. But for me, what works for me is the clear color. Comment down below with what works for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly consider subscribing if you're not subscribed, and also like, comment and share. To my Premier Gang, thank you so much for all your support. May God bless you. See you on our next one. Bye.